In the world of American muscle cars, few names carry the same raw energy and rebellious spirit as the Plymouth Roadrunner. Born in the late 1962 during the golden era of Detroit performance machines, the Roadrunner wasn't about luxury or refinement, it was about delivering pure horsepower and excitement to the everyday driver. Plymouth wanted to create a car that could outrun the competition without breaking the bank, and that's exactly what the Roadrunner became. With its bold styling, unmistakable graphics, and performance to back up its reputation, it quickly cemented its place in muscle car history. The Roadrunner's story began in 1968, when Plymouth executives decided to strip down a mid-size car, give it a powerful engine, and sell it at an affordable price. Inspired by the popular Warner Brothers cartoon character, the car not only carried the famous Roadrunner name, but also featured a horn that made the cartoon's signature beep-beep sound, adding a playful touch to an otherwise aggressive muscle car. It was clever marketing and serious performance wrapped into one. At its core, the Roadrunner was designed for speed. Standard versions came with a 383 cubic inch V8 engine, producing around 335 horsepower, but the real thrill came when buyers upgraded to the legendary 426 Hemi. With over 425 horsepower on tap, the Hemi Roadrunner could dominate the quarter mile and leave a lasting impression at the drag strip. Later models even offered the 440 cubic inch six-pack engine, a setup with three two-barrel carburetors that delivered incredible straight-line acceleration. Plymouth gave drivers multiple choices, all centered around the idea of making muscle car performance accessible to anyone with the courage to handle it. Visually, the Roadrunner stood out with its muscular lines, wide stance, and no-nonsense design. It wasn't overloaded with chrome or fancy trim like some rivals. Instead, it embraced simplicity and power. From the bold decals to the cartoon bird emblems, everything about the car screamed performance with attitude. Inside, the Roadrunner stayed basic to keep costs low. Bucket seats, a floor-mounted shifter, and minimal luxuries made sure that drivers focused on what mattered most: the driving experience. By the early 1972, the Roadrunner had become a symbol of affordable American performance. The 1970 model, often considered the pinnacle of its design, offered aggressive styling updates and even more engine options. It was a true street machine, capable of turning heads whether parked at the local drive-in or roaring down the highway. But like many muscle cars of its era, the Roadrunner faced challenges as stricter emissions laws, rising insurance costs, and the fuel crisis of the mid-72 began to change the automotive landscape. Despite those obstacles, the Plymouth Roadrunner left a lasting legacy. Collectors today treasure these cars, and restored models command attention at car shows and auctions around the world. The combination of raw performance, affordability, and cultural impact make it one of the most memorable muscle cars ever built. For enthusiasts, it represents a time when American car makers were unafraid to push limits and deliver outrageous horsepower in cars that anyone could own. Even decades after its introduction, the Roadrunner remains a cultural icon. Its mix of cartoon-inspired fun and serious muscle car power is something that hasn't quite been replicated. It's more than just a car, it's a symbol of freedom, individuality, and the golden age of American performance. When you hear the roar of a big block Plymouth and see the Roadrunner badge flash by, you're reminded of an era when cars were bold, unapologetic, and built to thrill. The Plymouth Roadrunner wasn't just fast, it was fun, and that's why it continues to hold a special place in the hearts of gearheads everywhere.